No, not this time.
Well, let's
not
include York City Police in that because they've got enough problems right now.
But here goes the training. How many bullets does it take to shoot someone? How many bullets does it take to shoot? See, the thing I'm looking at there, for police to go to, they have to shoot and learn how to shoot their guns. All right, how come they always got to kill people? How come they can't just wound them?
Oh, they got tasers now? They've got these high-tech...
Yeah, they got, but some people, believe it or not, are immune to those tasers.
Hey, I saw a guy get tased twice on the corner from me, but you know why he was tased?
No.
Well, he went into the Majestic, grabbed the cash register, and started running down the street with it.
What
do you say? You know, now, I got to tell you, the cops didn't get out of their cars and shoot him. They tased him.
Well, that's good.
Well, he kept coming at the police. They tased him again.
We got some new weapons that the police can use. They even got these
rubber bullets, and there's bean bags.
They got the net now. They can shoot the net, go and swing around and just tie you up. They got all kinds of stuff.
Less than lethal, non-lethal.
Now,
as long as it maintains safety with the officers, but you can never take away the firearm.
There's a big shootout, and the guys are shooting at the police, really trying to kill them, and they have to shoot at that. You might back up off of that.
Right.
But just because, you know, the guy got a gun and one officer can drop him. Right. You know, usually if you use someone in the leg, they're down, you know.
Well, you just brought an interesting point because we just had an incident happen. I think it was at the first block of North Hartley not too long ago. A man, Felix, I can't remember his last name, was out. Well, the shot spotter went off and notified the police that there was a shot fired in the area. When the police show up, they see Felix out on the balcony with a shotgun.
Right.
He sees the police. He runs inside.
Right.
So then they call out the SWAT team and they do this whole thing. Why? And now, just maybe he heard the shot and came out to investigate.
Protocol.
Because the shot spotter can't even be used in the court of law. It has been a waste of $1 million for this city, and unfortunately,
now you talking now the police commissioner. You say he ain't gonna like you now.
Well,
but anyway,
he already doesn't like me, and I will tell everybody I don't like him, and I'm sorry, but that's just how it is.
Anyway, here to see, like you said, I was against the spot driving the first time.
Not afraid to say that either.
All the spot chatter is done. And it has done, it'll tell you where the shot comes from, even give you the address. Now, I had a neighbor that went out and he's some kind of bouncer or something in some place. Somebody made him mad on the bouncer. He came home, automatic gun, and just started shooting up Ronicky Place. And the spot shot went up and showed the exact address. According to the time the cops get there, he's back in the house, but only reloading his gun or whatever.
Right, so the shot spotter don't work. I mean, it's a victim finder.
That's about it.
It's a victim finder.
So they go there.
Spend $1 million on a victim finder.
They can see shells all over the street. Well, we got shells.
Yeah, look, there's shells. Oh, look, there's blood. And
so,
and the guy drove himself to the hospital in a private vehicle. How many times you read that?
Quite a lot. So, to me, that was. Now there is another one they got. They're on Princess Street. They got cameras. They can watch it there.
Right.
And they can see because they've arrested people. They were looking for it because the dummies went out and sat on the steps. The cops were looking at the cameras and down there. Hey,
cameras work.
We want them. Go get him.
Cameras work. Cameras can be used in court. The shot spotter cannot be used in court. It's a violation of the wiretap, actually.
Well, now wait a minute. Now, how did they get away with that in Baltimore? Now, in Baltimore, you know, they got cameras over the place that zoom in on your face.
Right.
And it tells it, it goes through the computers and tell if you want it, and they can come right down and have
That's why you don't go to Baltimore, isn't it?
That's exactly right. I might be wanted that. I don't know. No, but they got all that down there. It actually zooms on people's face, and it compares you with all the people that they're looking for.
Well, the same thing they do every time you go through a toll booth. The cameras get your tags, so they know who's coming and going. You know, there is a lot of technology out there that can help law enforcement. My personal opinion is that the shot spotter, I call it a victim finder. I don't think it was the best use of $1 million. Honestly, I just don't think. It's an embarrassment. For example, I have one across the street from me. Is that something that you should put on a real estate listing, a beautiful home across the street from a shot spotter? I mean, is this something that we're supposed to be proud of or embarrassed about that this city has this?
All the neighbors meddle in your business, so tell them everything ahead of time.
I'm not a fan of the system. I don't think it was intended for cities. I know that if you talk to soldiers coming home from the sandbox, they'll tell you, yeah, it works over there.
So, Carla, you learned anything?
Yeah, I'm just kind of taking you guys in and everything. You know, he was saying about a waste of $1 million, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, but the city's in a deficit, and we're basically broke, and we're spending millions of dollars on technology.
You know what? It got so broke I can't even afford to smoke cigarettes no more.
I can't even afford to pay attention.
I had to
heard
quit
that.
drinking and smoking. I can't afford it. It's too cost too much.
I'm so broke I can't even afford the clothes on my back, honey. So
Oh
that's
my
how
God! You
it goes.
poor person. I feel sorry for you. You're gonna make me cry.
Yeah.
Not on television, too.
Thank you, Heather. That's nice call.
All right, guys. It was
Okay,
great
thank you.
talking to you.
Good
Have a
talking
good
to you.
evening.
All right, bye-bye.
You too.
All right, this guy, we got line 2. We got
Oh, we got more coming.
Joe. Hello, Joe. You still there? You're live with Joe, if you are.
Hey, Joe.
How you doing?
Good. Hey, Steve.
Hi.
My question is, you were talking earlier about the police shooting incidences and stuff of that nature.
Yeah,
Well, don't you think training would be come into play?
it would be.
Especially when you have a police officer fires 3 shots down Market Street and misses the target.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, accuracy they should strive for.
Well, maybe they have the wrong tools. I mean, yeah,
Tools are fine. It's
Yeah.
training.
well,
Yeah.
I could see both sides of it. I know that you could call me a gun nut because people like to say that. I know that there's a lot of differences between it. I know that not everybody likes a Glock. It doesn't necessarily fit in everybody's hand. I don't know if the union allows them to have preference over certain weapons. It's kind of like forcing you to drive a certain type of car, okay? That even though you don't like it, say, man, I wish I had my car, you might be more proficient with it. So training sometimes helps, but you can't force design changes.
Okay,
It's
You're
just
talking about the Glock, okay?
Okay.
First off, a Glock was manufactured in Austria, and if you recall, the big headlines were plastic guns capable of going through airport
Airports,
security and that
right,
sort of stuff.
right.
Okay.
Actually, Glock
Glock is a fine piece.
Right.
Okay. Most law enforcement officers use that make of manufacture. But here's the thing I'm getting at is type of manufacturer you want. Okay. So long as you train with that particular weapon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You can train if you have a sight. You can train your eyes to adjust to that fixed sight.
Right.
Okay? The thing is training. Now, if you have someone who's fleeing from you, first off, it's against the law to shoot at them because they're not posing a threat against you.
Right. The threat
Okay.
has been, right, there's no threat at
But,
that point, right.
If you train someone, a police officer in particular, that if a threat is mentioned or a threat is
Imminent.
known, you return fire and you hit that target.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, because they're no longer. You have to segregate it, as we did in the military, from a human being to a target.
Okay.
Okay, you have to segregate that. If you're going to wear that badge, you've got to be prepared to know that it's not a human being shooting at you; it is a target.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Next, I want to get away from this type of gory type talking
Good.
and get back to the old times. Where are the markets down in town, such as Wise's, Giant, and that sort of stuff?
Yeah.
Well,
Within walking distances of communities, different parts of the town, where you can take a grocery cart and, take it to your house and then bring the grocery cart back.
We
It's
were
gonna take a
promised a
taxi cab.
grocery store. We were promised a grocery store. If you listen to the State of the City address, I
Yeah,
thought we were
we
supposed
were.
to get one, and but they couldn't tell us, or they'd have to kill us,
They
and
keep
I didn't ask any
telling
more
us-
questions at that
They keep
point.
telling us it's in the works.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
the
in
reason why
works.
it's in the works is because the security of downtown stinks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It
There's-
really stinks.
It's a cause effect. It's what's going to come first. It's a chicken and egg. Is the community going to have to step up to the plate and put up some welcome signs, and then the businesses come, or is the businesses going to come and then the community is going to step forward and say, "Oh, okay, now we're going to welcome you." This is the challenge that I'm going to be facing, is to turn this city around. I mean,
Yeah.
it is difficult, and I can't do it alone. It's going to take an effort. And to be honest, the fact that I'm running a write-in campaign, nobody's going to vote for me by accident. Okay, you're either going to write my name in, and I will be able to use the word mandate, or it's not going to happen. And the reality is that exactly what you said. Where's our grocery store? What's bringing people downtown? What's bringing other businesses downtown? I do have a lot of ideas to do that. And again, that also goes into the comfort stations, and what are you going to do once you are downtown? So, I appreciate that comment, to be honest. That ties in. Bringing up the
that's
grocery
fine with
store
the-
of all
with the
things,
What you're mentioning about the comfort station, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you what, some of the parts downtown need a comfort station because
Yeah,
you're
they
going to need
Yeah.
it'll scare the what out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're going to need them comfort stations.
Right.
But let's face it, what good are comfort stations if you don't have